Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nyla and I am a learning experience designer. I create adult learning experiences for the digital space. Today I wanted to take you on a little behind the scenes tour. It's the first one. I've really been wanting to do this for a while just to show process and the cool things that you can work on as someone in learning and development. Today, I want to talk to you about the Learning Conference, which is a conference for learning experience designers by learning experience designers. And I'm participating in something called TheShow. And that is going to be running in conjunction with this online virtual conference. Let me give you some details about the conference itself. And then if you find out that you're interested in it, maybe you want to attend, I'll drop the link in the description below. But the Learning Conference is about connecting like-minded, passionate learning designers to help you take your skills to the next level. And what I like about it is that they're really focused on providing practical solutions that you can then go back to work with immediately and apply to whatever you're creating. And it's a no-sell zone. Sessions are filled with practitioners, no vendors. So there's going to be showcases, panel discussions. You'll be able to create tangible outputs during your sessions. So yeah, like I said, the link will be down in the description box if you want to know more. If you want to attend, you'll be able to walk away with a ton of new practical skills, and you may see some familiar faces there speaking as well. What I'm here to talk to you about today is TheShow, which is going to be running in conjunction with the conference in the 64 days leading up to the conference. Learning experience designers of all skill levels are going to be going head to head, battling it out. We've got to design mock-ups, create practical solutions for prompts or briefs given to us by the people who are running the conference. So I'm going to show you what I'm working on right now. It's the first brief we have received. They've given it to us in this really cool format using Milanote, which I'm going to look into after because I really like how you can showcase info in this. But basically, we've got info on my client here, what they need, the background, and then what I need to deliver to the show to be entered into this round. The winner gets a free pass to the conference and also the clout of being best in show, which I really want. And the best part is you can also vote by subscribing to their YouTube channel and checking out that process, seeing them talk about the different designs. And if you want to vote for me, again, check that link down in the description box. But let's get back to the first brief for round 64. So what it is an L&D manager from a fictional place called Liberty City needs to provide a guide to fighting COVID-19. They really want to provide a solution for the entire city. And they're looking for someone to help us create a simple learning tool for members of the general public to learn more about COVID-19. So I've got a budget here of 25 grand. Wow, awesome. And then I've got a basic short description of what they're looking for, something vibrant, minimal, and conversational. And then here are my deliverables over here, what I need to create. So I'm not bound by any specific technologies, which is, I really liked that part. I was like, got to get that creativity brewing. My specific goals are that it needs to be appropriate for all ages and adaptable so that as details about COVID-19 changes, they can go in and make changes as needed. My budget, like I said, is 25 grand. And when I submit this to the council, to the judges, it needs to explain what tool I would build this in, why the solution is the best option for the client, and how it can be future-proofed. So I really like this first one. It got me excited because I felt like I could do so much with it. And I've got an example submission here about what I could submit. It doesn't have to be a fully working version, so it can be a mock-up. So that was also cool. So immediately I thought, okay, most people are probably going to design some sort of cool app or something along those lines. And I kind of thought, is that going to be the best thing for a huge city to want to disseminate emergency information? And I thought maybe something else that we could use would be text message based. So a lot of famous people nowadays are using text as marketing. And I thought, how could I apply this to the city? Because no, we're not marketing something, but I can use that same framework. Well, I've been working with this tool I discovered called Arist lately, and it's so that you can build text message based learning. And I thought, ooh, this would be good. So it provides a course builder. I can create classrooms, and then in this content editor, I build up content to be dispersed over a period of days. So it can be 5 days, it could be 30 days, it could be 60 days. And I just create my content by day. I've got 1,200 characters for each message and the ability to add media. And I can also incorporate questions at the end of each message. So I think this has all the components for me to be able to present something really cool for a city's emergency services, emergency information. So let me show you what I came up with. So what I created here is the guide to fighting COVID-19 for Liberty City based on text message learning. Let me head back to what I'm going to be submitting, just the brief summary. So like I said, we would be building this tool in the Arist text message platform. Now, if Arist itself couldn't provide what we needed, because it wouldn't need to be a custom proprietary built platform, because you're sending this out to an entire city. There are lots of other options for text message based messaging. So I think we could be flexible with tools, but the tool itself would be SMS messaging. Now, why I think this would be a better solution than, say, an app. The solution is accessible. So the fact that it's text-based means that a voice-to-text reader could pick it up and turn it into a voice message. If somebody's hard of hearing, they can still access the information. It's also adaptable, meaning that I could go in and edit information as needed or push updates to people as needed as it comes in. Especially with COVID-19, things are constantly changing, so there needs to be a really easy way to update information. It's also appropriate for all ages, so no matter who is accessing this, if they have access to a phone or somebody that they know has access to these messages, they can see the information. What's also cool is that anyone with access to a cell phone with SMS features can enroll. So the users don't need to have a smartphone. And I think that's the limitation where apps come in. I would need a smartphone to download that app, right? You also don't need internet access for SMS messaging. Costs for text messages could come up. My solution would be, I am a city, I have a city government. Could I negotiate with text companies to make sure that these don't run a huge cost to people receiving these text messages, since it is an emergency? And because we're not spending too much of our time and resources on the design aspect of it, a lot of our budget could go towards covering costs, anything like that. So what's important about this solution is that it is vibrant, which is coming straight from the brief. These are things they asked for. So vibrancy, I can still insert custom medium and images paired with each lesson for each day. It's still minimal. My design for each text message is minimal in and of itself. And the images can be minimal as well. The focus remains on the content over design though. And I have 1,200 characters or less to get my message across. So now I have to ruthlessly prioritize what info I'm sharing with people, which is helpful because I don't want to overload them with this kind of information. COVID-19 is overwhelming in itself. And I can also link to outside sources. So links can live in these text messages where I can create landing pages so that people can go back and learn more about whatever they're curious about from today's message. It's also conversational. The texts are interactive, like I said. They could click links and people can ask questions afterwards. I can ask questions of the learner that they can respond to. The information is easy to forward, and I can encourage users to start a conversation of their own by sharing the info that they got for that day. I can future-proof this solution because Arist allows for changes and updates at any time. Resource links can be updated. I can alert each user with an update message. And the delivery method does not rely on app updates or phone updates or anything like that. So what I did was just build this out in Canva. And then I actually did create the lessons for a few days because I ultimately want to put this on my portfolio separate from the challenge itself, but just to show the different ways that you can deliver nano learning or micro learning. I think text message learning is really interesting. I'm excited to continue playing with it, with this platform, and to see other ways you can deliver learning through a smartphone, through a text message, through a cell phone without being locked into building an app, which can take time to really work well. If you thought this was interesting, if you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. Also subscribe to the Learning Conference channel so that you can vote on some of your favorite designs. And if you think mine's pretty good, go ahead and give me a vote. I'll see you in the next one. I'll keep sharing the behind the scenes on these. Thanks for watching. See you next time.